in person first, and Dan can wrap it up on Zoom.
Sure. So Coach, you had two stints, one in the beginning of the second quarter and one at the end of the third, where you held Clemson scoreless for 4 minutes. What was working well for you to be able to do that?
I thought we were really focused on our switches. We were playing some man-to-man, and everybody had their hands up. You could hear them talking from the bench. I think when they're focused and they play five together as one on that end of the floor, usually good things happen. And we rebounded very well in both of those stints.
Coach, what was your reaction to having five players finish in double figures today?
That's always exciting. You know, we're definitely a team that we talk about it all the time, passing up good shots for great shots. And sometimes we struggle with that, but today I thought it looked really good.
I'll raise this question for anyone. You guys shot, the team shot 50% from the field and over 40% from three. What allowed you to get all those good looks today?
Definitely just moving the ball and like our energy. Like when your bench is energized, you just want to hit the shot even more. So that's definitely what kind of led us to that.
First of all, congrats on the win. Offensively, 94 is good for the highest total for the team in ACC play, and no lead changes today. So I guess what can you attribute to the dominant win against a pretty solid Clemson side?
I would say confidence. I thought that we had a couple good practices leading into today's game, but at the end of the day, they knew that this was a must-win game. And I think the thing that our team has to keep thinking is every game is a must-win game. So we have to come out with that focus. And you know, if something doesn't go your way, or the tides kind of turn and they get on their momentum, we have to get it back on our side as quick as possible. And this team is, I think this is going to be, I hope, a turning point to where we start feeling like in getting that mindset.
And then defensively today, Loyal McQueen came in averaging just under 14 points a game. Today she was held to 3. What can you say, like, just on her specifically defensively and as a team?
We talked about the fact that guarding her was going to take a team effort, because it's not just the person that's guarding her, but it's her seeing the help side. And there were times when they know when we weren't sprinting in and out of help when we gave up some threes to them. But when we were on point with moving as the ball moves and making sure they see us in help side, it kind of, I guess, nullified or negated her ability to go and drive downhill, because she's a heck of a player.
And then Teya, 20 points in back-to-back games, 4th time this season. What can you say to your confidence in the scoring tear that you're on?
It's good right now. I think when like my teammates, like, you have to help in on them because you know they're gonna score when if you don't do that. So then it opens it up for me. So it's nice. Yeah, fun.
And then open to anyone. It's obviously February now. So looking forward, thinking about ACC tournament, thinking about NCAA tournament, how do you stay focused on what you're doing now while also looking forward to staying future focused?
One game at a time, for sure. The only game we're thinking about right now is Pitt. And that's all you can, in this conference, with how good the competition is, you gotta stay focused on your next game. And, you know, we can't really celebrate this win too much. We just have to start, you know, moving forward and preparing for the next game. And that's usually the greatest thing about the sport of basketball. You don't have time to celebrate too long or to be down too long, because you got to move on.
Thank you.
Good, yeah.
Dan, you're on mute.
Sorry, I think I muted myself when I hit the unmute. Clemson came in as such a high profile kind of 3-point shooting team. Kind of first half, what was kind of the game plan just to negate that, or at least try to slow that down so that they didn't get open looks? You know, just looking at the basket from outside. It's for anybody who wants to take it.
Do you mean like in the second half or like the whole game?
Just the whole game. Just the whole game.
I think like Coach D had our scout for this game, and our preparation was definitely like to run them off the line, make them dribble the ball, and then, you know, see where defense goes from there. So I think that was like mainly our game plan for, you know, the shooters today.
And Coach, you mentioned guarding the help side. How does that kind of shift over the course of a game, or even over the course of a play where you have a player where you know you have to guard the help side? Is it trying to force to one side, or is it like, how do you determine how to stop that?
Yeah, the big thing if is to keep the player that's a really good driver in front of you and sit down and guard. But then if you happen to get your hips open up, then you have confidence that your help side is there. So it's one of those things when you're guarding fast players, you don't want to rely on your help side, but you want to trust it. So in case you get kind of taken off guard, somebody's there for that second line.
And just how does your team kind of feed that, that you're able to do that? Because I know you guys like to play fast and play hard and run the floor, the whole game. So how does your kind of style also help defend that on the back end?
Wait, say that one more time.
I'm sorry. My microphone's kind of junk over here, so I apologize. Let me try something. Does that work better? Yeah, sorry about that. I was just gonna ask, when you guard the help side, how much does your style of play also help to that, where you guys run so fast and play so hard, for the full court to be able to stop?
Yeah, that's our team loves when our defense can translate into easy offense. So we're always gonna try to move our feet. And one of the things we've worked on the last few days of practice is not just our help side, but also sitting down and guarding one-on-one positioning and not getting beat off the dribble as much as we have. Because that, not to look in the past because, moving forward. But Florida State, we got beat a lot off the dribble, and we wanted to try to correct that as much as possible.
And last one, and I promise, hopefully the microphone actually holds up to this. Teya, you've hit that one-handed kind of floater shot a bunch. What is it about that shot, that look at the basket that kind of opens up for you and you really like hitting it?
Unguardable.
In practice.
And did it die? It probably died.
In practice, we've been working a lot on like just finishes, inside, especially because that's something we've struggled with, in the past. So I think just, it helps for confidence in games when we, do finish drills, and that kind of thing.
Promise I'll get a working laptop next week.
And I would just like to put in for our girls and women's in sports game today and how important having the opportunity to play sports at every level is for women and the older generations that fought for us to get what we have and these opportunities is so amazing. But more importantly, I think our players are a great group of role models for all younger players. They can look up to them and say, hey, I want to be like them. And they didn't get here by accident. They got here with a lot of hard work and sacrifice. And I think we had a lot of young girls in the stands today that can look up to these players and say, hey, I want to be like them one day. And I love to see that.